It's Kyle Lawrence with Midwest Whitetail. It is Wednesday, September the 30th, and last night we just had this cold front blow in. It dropped temperatures about 10 degrees, and tonight we're back in after Hansen. I did pull the card, I haven't got to check it yet, but we had a couple bucks out here in the Platte when we came in, so we let them walk off. So we're finally in and set up, and we'll see what happens tonight. Should be good. Alright guys, it's getting late, we're running out of camera light, but we just had a pretty cool encounter with a neat buck and a bunch of does came through, so this will probably be our last interview for the night unless something happens, but we still got another half hour left, so we'll see. Alright guys, so we just got set up in here. There's already more action today than we saw all day yesterday. There's a bunch of does there about feeding in right now. There's been foxes all over us the whole time we're setting up, so it's kind of cool. We're hunting over this crabapple tree right now. This crabapple tree is right off to our left side. So I'm hoping we had a picture of a nice little buck here today for her. That's been feeding here. We're trying to do some deer management. Stick with us. Hopefully tonight we can get something down. I feel pretty good about it. That's what I'm talking about. Are you kidding me? Just smoked him. Just smoked him. Smoked him, smoked him, smoked him. So guys, we got in here and
was hoping to shoot a doe. I knew there was a couple little bucks in here, but it's by far your biggest buck, right? Second deer ever. She never even shot a doe, so she just X-ringed them at 10 yards. It was so cool to have those deer right underneath us and everything. So I think that was a good sized night point that she just shot for her second deer. It's unbelievable. So I mean, that thing just went maybe 30 or 35 yards and rolled over. So cool. I'm so excited to be doing this with you.
Here's your arrow. Yep, we're good. Yep.
All right, keep going, babe. Keep following your deer.
A good amount right there. All right, no good. There. No going.
He's opened up.
You're right there.
There he is. I'm dead.
There it is.
Sweet, babe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fist bump.
Sorry.
Boom. Look at that, second buck ever. Second buck ever right there. Look at that shot.
Yeah.
Absolute smoked him. Absolutely torched him.
All right, guys, obviously we had a really good night tonight. Great sit. We came in here trying to do a little doe management, but doe management turned into big buck down for Miss Ann over here. Her second buck ever. I couldn't be more proud of the shot placement or anything like that. I mean, she just did an absolutely great job. You know, you get yourself a girl that can drag out a deer on her own and learn to gut a deer on her own, because that's what's about to happen here. Then she's definitely a keeper. So we're gonna get this thing all dragged out, and just stay tuned with us, because we're gonna have a great rest of the season. I can just feel it. So we're gonna keep trying to keep the ball rolling and keep up with footage with you. And yeah, so stay tuned with us, and we'll be back with you. Thanks for watching Midwest Whitetails East Show.
What's up, guys? It's Rye Ludwig from Midwest Whitetail. Out here this morning. Right now it's about 20 minutes before official sunrise. We're allowed to shoot a half hour before, but we slipped in on this little ridge between some standing corn and some standing beans. So a lot of oaks in here. We're gonna see what we can do. It's pretty still with no wind. It's calling for a little more wind. I hope it picks up as the sun comes up. I don't like sitting in this spot without a very continuous wind, because there's two small ditches out in front of me, and just kind of pull the thermals to them. But in the morning the thermals go up, so we might be alright, but hopefully we can stack a couple does this morning. So we'll see what happens. Going on, guys? Pretty sure we got a doe down. The hit looked pretty good, and her reaction was great, so I don't think she's going too far. She went out to the beans, bumped up. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Alright, so I finally just got settled in the stand, and it's just a quick 2-minute walk up a hill from my barn. It feels good to be in a different spot and give the other spot in the pipeline a little bit of a break. I hung this ladder stand
about a week or two ago. And I made this mock scrape here in front of me. It's a great natural funnel as it is, at the top of a ridge. And it kind of breaks over pretty quick on either side. And there was already a trail there. And I went ahead and dangled a grapevine in front of it. I'm about 200 yards, maybe 300 yards from that pipeline stand. It's back to my south. And this split G2 buck was MIA for 3 days, from October 4th to October 7th. And then just this morning I checked the trail cameras, and he was here last night on October 7th at 7:22, which is legal shooting time. Now whether that's camera shooting late, I don't know. We'll find out tonight, but that deer's only made 2 appearances in what I would call legal time. And that was September 27th and October 7th. Both days, there were really high winds, and then the wind died down right around sunset. And those have been the triggers that got him on his feet. I don't have that going for me today, but I got the most recent information, and I'm a big, big fan of recent information. I pulled those cars this morning. He was here last night at 7 o'clock, and then he was back at that pipeline at 5:30 this morning, but he was heading this way, so there's a good chance that he is close by. I got acorns in front of me. It's supposed to be a northwest wind, but in these evergreens, I'm in a pine tree right now. There's a bunch of pines to my right, and so the wind's kind of swirling, but it's not very bad. So I got those onyx running behind me here, and hopefully the thermals are going to pull my scent down this ridge back to my barn as the evening goes. But it's going to make for a pretty intense hunt because I can't see very far, and the scrape is about 12 yards in front of me. So I'm going to stay pretty quiet tonight. Deer will be right on me real quick, and we're going to see what happens. I'm in and around his core area. I'm not going too deep into it. I'm just kind of hunting the fringes, and let's just hope he makes a mistake back-to-back nights. If I was sitting here last night, he would have been a dead deer. Hopefully, it could have been anyway. I mean, I can only speculate, right? So I'm going to shut up and enjoy the evening, and we'll see what happens, guys. Split G2 buck's on the radar. He was here last night. Let's see if he makes another appearance here and here after a bit. So it's exciting. Let's see what happens.
Alright guys, back in the fur shed here. Got dark on me pretty quick out in the woods. With the leaves still on. I mean, we lose light really, really fast. after the sun goes down. Had that nice 2 or 3 year old come in, got the heart beating a little bit because I couldn't quite see who it was until he came out in the open. But he was an immature deer. Pretty cool encounter. Everything worked. Everything worked tonight. Thermals worked perfect. The setup worked good. The buck come in, the does come in. We're checking that scrape. So split G2 buck just didn't do the same thing twice. So the cat and mouse game continues with this buck. But I will say this: if you are getting pictures of the deer that you're after, and you're getting pictures of them in daylight or close to it, find out what triggers it might be that's triggering him to get on his feet before and expose himself before dark. So this particular buck, like I said twice, he's on his feet in legal shooting time after a really windy day, and the wind died down in the evening. So I'm going to keep that in mind. It's supposed to get really, really warm here these next few days, so I don't know if I'll get out or not. I'm just going to monitor trail cameras and see what they're showing, but kind of take it easy here during the dreaded quote-unquote October lull. So, I'm a firm believer if you keep the pressure off the deer, there isn't much of a lull. It just depends on the weather. So, but anyway, good luck out there, guys. Cat and mouse game continues. Hopefully, we'll have another storyline to this this buck here soon. So, we'll talk to you guys later.